Welcome, I'm Mike, the Coffee Guru, and today I'm going to be taking you through how to change your grinder settings on a Jura coffee machine. Okay, the number one thing you can do on any automatic coffee machine to change the taste drastically is change the grinder setting. So this is not the strength setting. People often confuse the actual grinder setting with what this achieves. This doesn't change your strength by any means. Changing strength is simply putting more or less coffee into a cup. Changing your grinder changes the extraction of the coffee, and that makes a massive difference in the overall effect or overall taste of a cup of coffee. So all coffee machines have these, and this is where you typically find them in the bean hopper, and you have anything from the smallest setting, which is your smallest dot, to your biggest dot. And what that denotes is how coarse or how fine the grind is going to be. So just a quick understanding of what that means is when you grind coffee, the coarser it is, the easier the water runs through your ground coffee. And when water runs through coffee quickly and easily, you actually get a lot less flavor of the coffee, right? In a way, you under-extract it. But one of the advantages of that is that, number one, it comes out a lot quicker, and number two, one of the big things you lose out on is bitterness. So you actually lose a lot of bitterness when you over-extract or extract coffee quickly. Going the reverse way, if you put it on a very fine setting, now you start to under-extract it to an extent. Again, depends what coffee you're using, but for the most part, you're starting to under-extract the coffee. And coffee will come out a lot slower, that's a downside, but you get a fortune of flavor. You get the most flavor when you do it that way. The downside of doing that is one of the things you do get is more bitterness. So it's a lot about playing around with what you're comfortable with, what's the right taste for you. One very important thing to keep in mind is that when you change this, you need to change it while the coffee machine is grinding. Otherwise, it can actually damage the grinder. So just to give you a quick demonstration, what you need to do is I'm just going to press an espresso on the front of the machine, and while it's grinding, I'm now going to move it to the smallest dot or the finest grind. And now, from actually this very cup, the machine will now move the blades closer together and grind the coffee that much finer. Try this, see the effect it does, and see the change it makes, and let us know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to learn more or see more videos about coffee and coffee machines, please hit the subscribe button below and tune in for more.